we are seeing that within the creative space, there hasn't really been a lot of focus in channeling capital towards infrastructure. And so that automatically puts African creatives at a disadvantage. However, the current flow of capital towards infrastructure or interest in moving capital towards infrastructure will definitely be a really positive or have a very positive impact on the sector because it lowers production costs, access to production areas, access to spaces becomes a lot more easier, and that means that creatives can do a lot more production, locally. There's also, looking at infrastructure, both from a physical perspective, so physical infrastructure like studio spaces, event spaces, as well as digital infrastructure, which is also really, really important because we're seeing a lot of, creative entrepreneurs now operating on the digital front. And so I think, seeing these shifts is definitely a positive shift. We actually hope that we can see a lot more money being channeled, towards infrastructure because we've been it's been a very underinvested area. And then we'll start to see the positive impacts of having local infrastructure for the creative space.
So then how does HEVA Fund, where is HEVA Fund channeling some of your investments, if not infrastructure necessarily?
Yeah, so we do channel our investments towards infrastructure, but I'll also give you the scope of work and where we primarily see also other opportunities. Working capital has become more and more prominent in terms of there being a gap for creative businesses. So if you think about production capital, expansion capital, whether it's servicing orders or meeting, clients' demands, a lot of businesses really struggle in this area. And that's because traditional banks either take too long to process the working capital requests, or they don't necessarily have these opportunities for creative businesses to access. And so we channel our funds, or rather our investments, towards working capital, and we do that in various ways. There's the way in which we move money directly to the businesses because we see the need. So if they have like a local purchase order, we channel funds towards that. But then there's also what we are seeing now is that a lot of creatives are operating in communities, whether it's on e-commerce platforms, whether it's on aggregator platforms. And our interest is to really unlock these working capital challenges for creatives